Thank you all for coming. It is 6:35. We have a quorum. Do I hear a motion for approval of the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. On the agenda tonight is the superintendent search discussion. Do I hear a motion to open the floor for discussion of the finalists regarding the superintendent position?
So,
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Floor is open for discussion.
Mr. President, if I may, John, back there, good evening. John, I've known you for, I'm 42, so I think I've known you for 32, 33 years, I believe. I know you as a man of honor, integrity, and someone I can trust. Your meticulous attention to detail, your dogged determination when you give advice and counsel to the board goes far beyond any expectation that I could ever have. And I appreciate your moral and professional character. I know you to be an educator, an administrator, a director, a man who gives compassionate and intelligent advice to both the school board and the students. I can say that because it's my privilege to have been both. Back in 2010, when I was appointed to the school board, I knew that when you spoke, I could depend on everything that you said. Then, of course, way back in 1991, when I was your student, one of your students, it was my senior year, and we had just gotten the ACT scores back. And I don't know if you remember, but you stopped me in the hall one day and you asked me where was I going to college. You didn't ask me if I was going to college. You asked me where I was going to college. And I don't remember what I said, probably nothing. The expression on my face probably gave away that I wasn't thinking about college or anything other than the present moment. But you asked me what I made on the ACT, and I told you. And then you gave me some of the best advice I've ever had. You said, Jim, why don't you try the University of Alabama? I took that advice, went to Miss Molly Haygood, applied, and to my surprise, I got accepted. 24 years later, I sit here tonight. As one of your former students, as one of the thousands of students that you've touched their lives, you've helped, as being a part of this Eufaula City school system, I just want to give you my sincere thanks and tell you thank you, John.
Good afternoon, everyone. We had 5 people to apply for our school superintendent, and some of them, everybody I thought brought something to the table.
No.
And everybody were such that we probably could choose anyone. But the Eufaula City school system is looking for the best to take us forward. I had the honor of getting reference check on Dr. Shireen Carpenter, and all of her reference came back good. The reference that I checked that I had said that she was committed She was in the community. She was good as a fundraiser, and that she was dedicated. If she told you something, she would do that. That she was hard driven. I got that from 2 different sources, because she expect you to do what you were supposed to do. But in her interview, I feel like all of us do, that she was good in curriculum, and I feel like that she would be good in the community, but she was weak in finance. And we need to look at everything as a whole. When you look at all of the candidates, as I said before, all of them brought something to the table. And I think that if she's not one that we will pick, somebody will pick her sooner or later.
Okay. Before I discuss the candidate, I would like to say, Mr. Chairman, that as being the senior member on this board, I felt very good about the work session that we had. That I felt that we were a group of people that came together for the good of this school system. And it was apparently that we were pretty much in sync with this interviewing process. So for that, and this is my 3rd time around as far as superintendent search goes, and I just felt good about the process itself, and the board members. My hats off to each and every one of you. I had the privilege of doing the background on Dr. Elizabeth Davis. She did a great interview, as we all know. She interviewed very well. I did do the background checks and references on her, and all were well. I talked to a couple of superintendents, a couple of central office people, and they pretty much were, it was amazing that you can get almost the same answers from everybody. I thought that was kind of ironic. But one thing that, when I asked the question, if there's one area that you felt that she would need improving on, I just found this to be amazing. The superintendent said, I tell you, Otis, if there's one area that she need to work on, and that is she's overly committed. She works too hard. This lady has she's married with 2 children, 2 school-age children in the system. She's very active in the community. She's has done very well in her positions, very astute in curriculum. Her references gave her very high marks in her curriculum. She was very involved in the one-on-one initiative in one of the school systems. And she's very involved with the PTA, where her children are attending school. And she even started one of the career program facilities, create one of the career facilities at one of the school systems. So she's been around, and she's a very rounded person, has done very well in her profession. So with that being said, she herself will be a good candidate, a fit for this system.
Billy Lawrence Chevrolet is your home for great deals and real savings on both new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Right now, choose their great selection of GM certified vehicles that come with a 5-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And their service department has trained technicians that can service and repair your vehicle. Hurry into Billy Lawrence Chevrolet on Highway 431 South.
I had Dr. Don McPherson. And first of all, I want to echo what Otis said. I think, having served on this board for several years, this was a difficult process for us, but everybody was focused on the task at hand, and I think put the school system first. And you know, Dr. Carpenter was the only candidate that threw the question back at us in the interview about what we thought and what our goals were, what our greatest accomplishments were. And you know, I think that most of us echoed the same thought, and that nobody has any agenda except the children of Eufaula. And we feel like, as far as this process, that we want to make the decision that will serve those children the best way possible. Dr. McPherson, I think the thing that impressed me the most as far as his candidacy was his experience. He started in state government with Governor Guy Hunt, legislative liaison and youth affairs advisor, and then through his administrative career was the federal programs director of Coleman County, actually served as president of the Alabama Association of Federal Ed Program Administrators, and then 4.5 years as superintendent of Coffee County Board of Education. He managed a $19 million budget, which is just slightly less than ours. They had I think a $4.3 million capital projects that he completed while he was superintendent there. First time that district had gone through an accreditation process, and they were successful. And he also led a successful tax renewal. He and the Coffee County Board parted ways in June of last year, and so when I called on reference checks, that was one of the questions I had. And essentially that's the answer I got, is that it was a mutual agreement that they terminate that employment. I talked to a former board member. I talked to the superintendent that preceded him. Consensus that he's very capable. He's a very hard-driven, dedicated leader. I think he interviewed well when he was before us, and I do think he'll be a good superintendent. I have some reservations as to whether he's the best fit for Eufaula, but I think our board has discussed those issues, and like I said, I think he'll make a good superintendent for someone, just maybe not us.
The first candidate that we had to interview was Mr. John Wilcox, and it was very apparent from his interview and from the references that what drives his decision-making process is what's best for the children. He has been an assistant superintendent in Tallapoosa County School District for 11 years. And then that's a unique school district because they have elected school board and elected superintendent. So for his track record, based upon his years of experience there, the years of that position, and the accomplishments that he has, shows that he obviously is very astute and very good at building consensus and working collaboratively with other people. He has experience in facility management and construction, as well as extensive experience in the budgetary process. He's obviously a very qualified candidate. So I think Mr. Wilcox will also make a good superintendent, if not here, somewhere else. Any other discussion for anybody? Anybody want to add? Okay. With that said, do I hear any nominations from the board for the position of superintendent?
Mr. Chairman, I would like to offer a motion for nominate Dr. Tina Elizabeth Davis as superintendent of Eufaula City Schools.
I have a motion for Dr. Elizabeth Davis. Do I have a second?
A second.
I have a motion and a second. Do I hear any other nominations for position of superintendent? Okay. Do I guess call it to a vote that we negotiate a contract? Is that correct?
Yeah.
We need to amend the motion.
Yeah.
No?
The nomination is to state that with the board chairs,
Right.
given permission to negotiate a contract.
Okay.
We can amend the motion to authorize the board chairman to negotiate a
So be
contract
it.
with the new superintendent.
There a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We will take a brief recess while I go back and negotiate a contract, I guess. Let's see. Because we have to do that before we vote.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Susan, do you have the phone number for Ms. Davis?
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Take, for example, the pictures you get at Trustmark's Deposit Express ATM. See, Deposit Express prints pictures of all your deposited checks right there on your receipt, so you can be 100% certain that you entered everything correctly. No doubt, no wondering, no worries. And I can sum up that feeling with just one word: cool.
Trustmark Bank, member FDIC.
Ladies, unlock the cash value in your jewelry box. Sell your gold on Dale Road. We buy gold jewelry, bent or broken, at Eufaula Flea Market, 354 Dale Road.
Sell your gold on Dale Road. Sell your gold on Dale Road. Mr. Pond buys gold on Dale Road. Mr. Pond buys gold on Dale Road. Sell your gold on Dale Road. Sell your gold on Dale Road.
We have agreed to a contract in principle. So with that said, do I hear a motion to, you need another motion now? Or is that it? I think we need another motion, just to make sure.
We need,
Motion
I offer
to
a motion
hire.
that we accept the, contract in principle with Dr. Davis.
Okay, have a second. All in favor? Aye. With that said, do I hear a motion for adjournment of meeting?
So moved.
Second? Second. All in favor? Aye.
Now, Zaki knows what it takes for comfort in a piece of furniture, and Zaki's owners know the value of quality furniture that has been reupholstered at Timbuktu on Dale Road and West Washington Street. Zaki knows that you don't have to go to Timbuktu to get to Timbuktu. Tell them Zaki sent you.